What are you doing? I'm singing the new intro song. You weren't singing it. If anything, you were humming it. But what are you talking about? Oh, sorry. I guess I was singing it in my head. Are we live? Yeah, dude, you're live. It's on. You look right at it. I mean, clearly we both know it's on. I don't know why you're. What is this? What is this whole thing you're doing right now? I'm a little confused. Hey, you have a new intro? Yeah, I got something new. Okay, I mean, do your thing. All right. I love you too. Boop a doop a doop doop doop. I love you too. Boop a doop a doop doop doop. You should subscribe, and you should hit that little bell. And if you do, you won't go to hell. But if you do, it's not our fault, 'cause we're not a cult. I love you too. Boop a doop a doop doop doop. What was that? What even? Dude, I don't understand. I think I figured out how to mess with the algorithm on YouTube. What, you think that's gonna be the thing? Is that's the new intro music? That's absolutely preposterous. There's no way that works. I just want to tell everyone in charge at YouTube that me, Mark the Monster, and the Don't Say the F Word podcast, we love YouTube. Yeah, we need all the subscribers and everybody click that little bell and do all that stuff. It doesn't even cost you guys any money to do it. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, send your friends the link to the video. Most people don't click on links, people send them. So yeah, just go ahead and do that anyway. Dude, I don't think that's not. I don't think that's not. This can't possibly work. I think it's gonna work. I'm gonna keep pandering to the lords at YouTube, and I think they'll just boost this thing. Dude, that's not at all how this works. I think Joe's here. Maybe I can get Joe to sing the song with me. There's no way Joe's gonna sing the I Love YouTube song with you. I don't think that's gonna happen. I love YouTube, doop a doop a doop doop doop. I love YouTube, boop a doop a doop doop doop. Dude, that's not. Joe's not even joining. Joe's not even here. It says he's trying to join. I don't know what the deal is. He's trying to join us like Miro and Malachi Black are trying to join WWE and go back like Ricky Starks did. Why are you ruining the surprise? There is not a soul who hasn't heard that Ricky Starks was on NXT last night. I mean, you did 2 videos about it. Oh yeah, that's right, I did. Yeah, and I put them on YouTube. Joe says you're frozen. Joe said you're frozen, not that I'm frozen. It says Joe's unable to join. I bet you he's connected to his Wi-Fi, or maybe it's got to be nights and weekends for him. Maybe he doesn't have enough minutes. What are you talking about? It's how cell phones used to work. It used to be a whole nights and weekends deal, and you got free nights and weekends and all that jazz. That was a weird thing. Certainly before your time. Well, I guess before your time of using cell phones, since you were around in 1984 to wrestle Johnny Cash. I wrestled Johnny Cash at the 1984 Oklahoma State Fair. That t-shirt is available at our merch table. Go ahead and link in the bio and all that. All of our profits go to our local dog kennel and buy the dogs some dog food or something. Yeah, and I don't know why Joe ain't able to join. Shit's kind of weird. I think it's probably Joe's fault. It usually is Joe's fault. It definitely is usually Joe's fault. Yeah. And since he's not here to defend himself, I think we'll blame him for a lot of things. That seems fair, right? We can blame Joe for WWE needing to switch gears for Drew McIntyre's WrestleMania opponent. Midway through. No, it looks like Joe wants to join now. Let's try this again. See if we can get Joe in here now. What do you mean they're switching Drew McIntyre's opponent?
I see myself now. Okay.
That the original plan for Drew McIntyre was Damian Priest. And WWE is apparently realizing what I've been saying for a year now. Damian Priest ain't the guy. So we're switching gears with that. Wait, more importantly, Joe,
What's up?
want to sing the I Love YouTube song with me?
We make it fast. I'll do it for you. Okay, I'll do it for you.
Okay, you ready?
All right.
I love you too.
Wait. Hold on. I'm so sorry, y'all. I can't sing the I love you. My kid doing bad stuff right now, so we got to postpone this another time, Mark. So sorry.
Oh, come on. What is she doing?
She throwing some Play-Doh at me. My bad.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
Ricochet performs with people throwing toilet paper at him.
Oh yeah. See, look. It's crumbling. It's crumbling, falling apart. Look at that.
Oh, you should eat that.
Oh no.
Go ahead, Joe. Eat it. Take a big bite of that Play-Doh, Joe. Come on, do it. Do it for the views.
I like the views, but I ain't that crazy, y'all. Sorry.
Come on, do it. It's non-toxic. You can eat it. Eat
that's
it.
Not my contract. That's not part of my skit. Sorry, y'all.
Oh, come on. If this video gets 1,000 likes, Joe will eat an entire container of Play-Doh.
If the video gets 1,000 likes, I will eat a container of Play-Doh, like little small ones, okay? Like get Dollar Tree, okay? Little small one. Okay?
All right, so 1,000 likes on YouTube. Likes. Joe's gonna eat an entire container of Play-Doh.
The smaller ones, like the smaller ones you at the dollar store. Okay.
I think that's a fair amount of Play-Doh to eat.
Okay, there we go.
But how do we get you to sing the I Love YouTube song?
Oh, okay.
Panther's here.
Hold on. Hey, come here. We come here. Come on, quick. 2 minutes. 2 seconds. Grandma ain't calling you girl. Oh, she calling me? Okay.
She's popular.
Okay, that's ready. 3, 2, 1. Sing I Love YouTube. Okay, ready?
I love YouTube. Doop 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 doop. I love you too. Doop 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 doop. I love you too. Doop 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 doop.
Say I love you too. Bounce to it, girl. Okay, all right, cool. You done now. All right, you did your fair share. See, that's what you get. I told you quit throwing that dang Play-Doh, girl. That's what you get.
I don't think the two things is right.
Okay, Play-Doh, quick. All right.
You gotta clean it up, dummy.
Mark thinks that singing about loving YouTube will mess with the YouTube algorithm and will increase our subscriber count on YouTube. It's got to work. No, it's not going to.
Hey, Mark.
Yeah.
The best thing I can say is if you reach into that pocket of yours with the Bitcoin and then add it to your account on YouTube, then the viewership can go up. So and get that little blue check mark. So
I spent my life savings on Bitcoin. That shirt is also available at the merch table link in the bio. I don't understand why you made a shirt about that. I thought it was good. You know, it'd be even better than you making a shirt about me spending my life savings on Bitcoin. What would be better than what could be better than that? If you'd remember to upload the podcast on Spotify and YouTube on a consistent basis instead of expecting everyone to watch it on Instagram.
Hey! In his defense, it's a good idea to upload it on you. Just do it on Instagram. He has a very legit reason. Instagram is just one click away. He ain't got to go to 30 different things and do one this and that.
Look,
just one click.
Here's the thing. I prefer the live model of Instagram. I prefer the live conversation. I prefer the live interaction in chat. I don't like heavily edited content. So why would I create heavily edited content?
See, that's what it is.
I love you too. Okay, just I'm telling you, it's gonna work. Okay, we're just
see. Even Panther says live is amazing. It's great.
Jesus. All right. Whew. He wanted me to play that song I sent you earlier as your intro music.
I laughed at that. I was like, oh, it's good. That's not bad.
I mean, maybe tomorrow, maybe next show, I'll play that song as your intro music. Panther said he likes it both ways, but the live is amazing. My logic is everybody's got Instagram in their pocket. It's in your pocket. Turn a notification on, you know when we go live. Joe says I operate on black people time because I'm never on time for anything. So there's a strong likelihood I'm gonna tell you we're gonna start at 5 and it's gonna be 5:05. Or sometimes it's a little early. If you get notified when we go live, you're just gonna know, and we don't gotta stick to a schedule. Because like time's an illusion. Time ain't real.
Yeah, so that's like if he said he'll be there in 20 minutes. I couldn't tell you if it's gonna be 20 minutes or like 40 minutes, y'all. I couldn't tell you.
Shit, if I tell you I'm gonna meet you somewhere, and I tell you I'll be there in 20 minutes, you should rest comfortably knowing I'm trying to figure out how to not go. I'm trying to find a way to not do the thing. I'm actively. But you know what happens? So I'm generally not a late to get ready to do something kind of guy. I'm usually I'm ready well beforehand kind of guy. But then I get distracted because I've been ready. So then it's like, well, I got time, so maybe I shouldn't make a pot of coffee. And maybe I should drink the whole pot of coffee before I go. And now that I drank a whole pot of coffee, I got to take a shit.
Yeah.
So, hey, now I ain't going to be on time no more.
Oh, yeah, you're an hour behind us, ain't you? Different time zones.
Time zones are weird. I don't like time zones.
Hey, look at it like this. Be lucky you're not in Alaska right now.
Well, I mean,
be lucky you're not in Alaska right now because right now they got their eclipse is lasting for like the whole entire month. So it's sunny. Even at 3 a.m. it's sunny right now.
I'd be fine with that. You know, your sister for a very long time wanted to move to Alaska.
Okay. Ain't nothing bad about Alaska. I heard good things. They a little bit overpriced in Alaska. That's about it.
Man, Alaska's cold.
Hey, and the best part, I heard you get paid $600 a month to stay there.
I mean, that ain't bad. Free money is free money, but everything's more expensive. Everything's like infinitely more expensive.
Yeah, a dozen eggs I seen was $13.
That's crazy.
And a gallon of milk was $20.
Luckily, I don't drink milk, but still.
I see what they said with inflation and a can of corn. I think they said was 13 as well.
That's crazy. Corn ain't worth 13. If it was big corn, that's a whole nother story.
Nah. It's the regular corn you get from Walmart. About that's $13. $13.
That's nuts. Joe, where do we even start this show off? Do we just go into the Ricky Starks? Do you just start at Ricky Starks?
You got to start to it. So yeah.
Ricky Starks debuted in NXT last night.
And you know the funny thing about it? They really try to make NXT a good show. But the best thing about it, when I heard that promo last night, since it was on Facebook and I watch it live every time, it reminded me of the Scott Hall invasion. Just the way he sounded.
Really?
It did. He said it. You guys all know who I am and why I'm here, because they see NXT is the best brand to be on. And you know, Scott Hall, this is WCW where the big boys play.
Well,
It had that little vibe to it.
I can pick up on those similarities. He seemingly they don't have a name picked for Ricky Starks yet.
Oh.
It seems to be that they had to move so fast to get him onto the show because they wanted that shock value that they haven't trademarked anything for him yet. All likelihood, I think anyway. I think they're just going to call him Ricky Starks if they can.
I think they.
I don't think they're going to change. They didn't change Ethan Page's name. Yeah, Brian Pillman Jr. They did change.
Well, the Pillman name, I can understand why.
I guess. It'll be interesting if they change Ricky Starks. I don't think they will, nor do I think they should. People know him more so for his time not wrestling in AEW than for his time wrestling. Him being so outward about not being used, but
hey, I say this: if they do go on with the Scott Hall scenario, it'd be funny if he let him go by his real name, which I don't know his real name, y'all. I'm just saying.
Me either. I only know his gimmick name. I don't know his real name. So you mentioned that it gave you Scott Hall vibes.
It did.
So let me give you the pencil, Joe.
Cool.
Let's book a faction around Ricky Starks.
Okay.
People who it could be. Now you definitely watch NXT more than I do, but you can throw free agents in there who they could sign if you thought it was necessary, or just people on the WWE roster. Not even necessarily NXT, but if you could, let's make a 5-man faction around Ricky Starks. So put 4 other performers with Ricky and give him a stable. Who do you got?
I would say this. I would go with Miro, be his surprise Miro, or if they call him back to Rusev.
Do you think they would do that?
I'm just saying, if they do it right, this is my imagination, y'all. If they do it right week by week, just have it tickling, and boom, saying, I have another surprise with me. He's going to challenge, let's just say he started with Trick Williams, just for the heck of it, Trick Williams.
Ooh.
And Trick Williams starts saying he ain't scared of him. He got back up, and he says, okay, I got back up too, and he's coming. And when I say he's coming, he's a big man, and he's coming. You know, you start stirring the pot out. And now everybody probably thinking big man. Majority of people say Malachi Black, since he's a free agent as well right now. But you got to think, they want to swerve everybody. As you notice, this whole entire month, they've been swerving us. They've been swerving everybody. So I would say they would do
Bro, hear me out. Hear me out. Omos.
Omos too.
What if you put Omos with Ricky Starks in the NXT?
You know, but you gotta do like they did with the Giant, the Big Show. Make him be like the third guy.
Bring him in a little later.
Yeah.
So if we bring in Miro first, God, I hope they don't call him Rusev.
Okay, then I'll say.
Then who's on the? So do you want to do Omos third or Omos fourth? We're gonna need 5 total.
Four.
So we got
4.
Ricky, we got Miro.
Omos be 4. Let's do 4 for Omos.
Who's the third man?
Third.
Now NWO, it was Hogan.
Yeah. So I don't think they're
Who's
gonna
the
do
Hogan of NXT? There's not one.
I don't think they'll do a Hogan. Let's not do a Hogan. There's nobody can do a Hogan, so I don't think they can do that right now. Well, take it back. Wait.
Ricky needs to be the star of this faction, so we can't do somebody bigger than Ricky.
Okay. If they do it right, the nearest Hogan could be Ziggler or Nic Nemeth would be the Hogan. Blondie, white guy. That's the closest one I can think of right now. Nic Nemeth.
What if they show up in TNA? What if you had
Yeah.
Ricky and Miro show up together in NXT, then the following week you have them show up in TNA, and they help out Nic Nemeth. Nic Nemeth is the third man.
Yeah. That's the closest Blondie Hogan I can think of right now for today. Yeah.
So we got 3.
Then you got Omos as the big guy. Well, nah.
We
You need it.
could bring in Omos as the 4th man,
Nah,
because he could be a good heater for Nic Nemeth too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we need a 5th. Do you bring in Ryan Nemeth or no?
5th, I would say.
I got the 5th. I got the 5th, Joe.
Go 5th.
You got to have a money man.
I know. That's what I'm thinking. Money, man. I think somebody.
Bradshaw.
Who?
Bradshaw.
Bradshaw.
JBL.
Yeah. Okay. So you
had Ricky Starks, Miro, Nic Nemeth, Omos, and JBL.
JBL could be the Rick Rude of the group. Just stand there.
He could be the money man.
Yeah.
He could show up in TNA. He can show up on NXT. He can show up on the main roster.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
What would you call him?
What would you call him?
What would you call that group?
Okay, I'll give him a name that would, everybody got him not being a star on their own. A name that could have catch a chord to it. That would be a good name.
I don't got a good name for this group. All right, that's the game, everyone.
I don't know.
Come up with a name for the faction of Ricky Starks, Miro, Nic Nemeth, Omos, and JBL. What the hell do we call that group? Well, when in doubt, Joe, you know what you do?
Oh, how about the Invaders?
Maybe.
They could go on any show and invade with TNA, WWE. I don't know about.
We're going to chat GPT.
GPT, okay. Or they could be like Warren G. Regulators. Round up.
So we said Miro, Nic Nemeth, Giant Omos, and JBL as their manager. We need some possible names for the group.
Ooh, how about the Rain Machine? Nah, the Rain, that's not corny. Rain Machine.
It's too bad the Impact players was already taken.
Yeah.
Because that would have been good because they could go over into TNA, which used to be Impact. The Moneymakers.
The Moneymakers. No.
Absolute Domination.
Domination sounds
Stars.
Domination sounds good. Like Domination would be great.
The Gold Standard. You can't do that. That's Shelton Benjamin.
Sorry, Shelton Benjamin.
The Dynasty.
Dynasty. They had that. They had something similar like that before.
Was there something like that already?
Legacy. You know, they had like the Dynasty or the.
One of this, it also suggests Legacy Inc., which I don't think is good. But I think the Dynasty's not bad. Elite Enforcers.
Ooh.
That's blending technical skills, power, and ruthless aggression. The Power Brokers, combining JBL's business acumen with the faction's in-ring destruction. Dominion. Or Main Event Mafia 2.0.
I don't know if they can do the Main Event Mafia. Well, I think they can. It is part of WWE now, so they probably can do it.
Man, of all these, I think the Power Brokers is pretty good, but the Dynasty is probably the best.
Yeah, Dynasty does sound good. Dynasty. Yeah, just hope JD don't try to sue him for using Dynasty.
Man. So what else do we got? Raw was good. We kicked off with Jey Uso. AJ and Gunther, you were mad.
Nah, I was mad, y'all. I was like, damn. I seen it happen. Like,
damn. Gunther chucked his jacket at some kid in the crowd.
Oh, really?
You didn't see that? I think he was throwing it at Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee moved and attacked some kid in the front row.
I see him throw the jacket. I didn't know it hit. I thought he hit Pat. That's why I ain't.
We had tag title match, American Made versus War Raiders.
That was decent.
That was a good match, man.
Good match.
I thought American Made was gonna take the belts.
It looked like they were about to take the belts towards the end when he jumped off the rope and landed on them.
I think it would have been totally acceptable for them to take the belts off of War Raiders, which I think that's probably coming our way, right? They're going to make those guys tag champs.
I would say the Elimination Chamber, they're probably going to have a tag match for the belt.
And then I think, Chad Gable was eventually got to get the IC title. Chad Gable's got to be the guy to beat Braun Breaker.
I don't think, you know what I think is going to happen? I know you don't like triple threats, but I think it's going to be Braun Breaker defending that belt against AJ and Penta at Mania.
For the IC title, I think you could do a triple threat Mania. I think that's reasonable. Man, we had what a great match between Logan Paul and Rey Mysterio.
You know, I saw that bet. It's like them two were the best match on Raw this week.
Yeah.
And I feel like I just got this weird feeling that just them two matches, it's gonna go against them on Dynamite tonight. But I seen the Dynamite card. It don't really got nothing exciting besides the triple trios match.
Well, here's the problem AEW has today is that they're kind of got a lot happening this weekend.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in Australia that they really can't. A lot of I don't know how much of their talent's even going to be available. How many people are even around to go to do Dynamite tonight? Now you do have Hangman versus Max Caster.
Yeah,
that's happening. Which
the trios and the tag match. Yeah.
You know, while we're on the subject of Hangman Adam Page, we can't overlook this. Okay.
No. Okay.
Oh, sorry. It's not Hangman and Max Caster, is it? We're just gonna hear from Max Caster. They're not having their match though, right?
Oh, it's Edge, Copen, and Max Caster.
No, we're just hearing from Edge. No, the way AEW did the fight card, they made it look like it was Copeland versus Max Caster, and that's not what's happening.
Oh, that's not what happened? Oh, I thought that was.
No. Max Caster has his open challenge that I'm assuming is going to be Hangman Page. It's not actually like advertised that way.
Oh, okay. They just had it side by side, like all looking down as going down, side by side.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it looks weird.
Okay.
We have Dustin Rhodes versus MJF, which is going to be presented commercial free. So I'm guessing that's the first match, which leads me to think that Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega aren't going to be on the show, because if they were, you would open the show with Will Ospreay. Whenever it comes to Hangman Page versus Max Caster, which is what I'm assuming we're getting, either tonight or Saturday. Man, Logan Paul's entire moveset is Hangman Adam Page's moveset. Look, it really he's just doing Hangman.
I looked at it. If you look at the way, okay, Hangman does his finisher, that what you call it,
Buckshot Lariat.
He does that better than Paul does. But the rest, the little flip he did off the rope, I think Paul did that better.
That's the backflip.
Yeah, the backflip.
That's Shane Mercer's move. I can't remember what Mercer calls that.
Oh, that was it. Okay.
Yeah, Hangman's done it, but Hangman didn't invent that move. I believe Shane Mercer invented that move.
Okay.
Someone can fact check me, please. I'm almost positive. I don't remember what it was called though. But yeah, Hangman definitely wasn't the first guy.
Okay, Hangman wasn't the first guy. Right.
I don't know who invented the finisher that he hit Ray with. That, what do you call it, the Impaler?
Oh yeah, I don't know who did
that. Was slick.
It was good. I ain't gonna lie, that was good. Yeah. But yeah, when I seen that video of Hangman still in Hangman moving, I'm like, damn, I didn't think of it that way. Well, except for the buckshot Larry, I seen that, but
his whole moveset is Hangman. It's literally they took Hangman's moveset and just gave it to Logan Paul.
Hey, Logan Paul.
The fan of the show, the Panther, he's all about doing creator wrestler. If you're gonna make Hangman Adam Page in WWE 2K25, just copy Logan Paul's moveset, and there you go. Because they did it the other way around to create Logan Paul in real life. We got our boy Starks checking us out. He's dropping some new music.
I just thought that was funny when I seen it. Like, yeah, it does. I see the similarities now after watching it. Like, okay. But
Starks, we're just talking about how Logan Paul's moveset is just Hangman Adam Page's moveset. Literally copied and pasted. And I'm not even hating. I like Logan Paul.
I'm not hating either, but I would say the buckshot Lariat, he could lead that to Hangman. He could lead that to Hangman.
I don't know, man. Logan Paul is the only other wrestler currently is I mean, Logan Paul's done it and not hurt himself. Punk did the buckshot Lariat and broke his foot. So it's like the move's cursed.
What?
Yeah, Logan Paul does hope he owes Hangman a check. It's Hangman's moveset. Like it's so crazy to me. I'm not saying Logan Paul does it poorly. He does it great. He looks fantastic doing Hangman's moveset. But it's Hangman.
But I can say this. If they were to have a dream match, Logan versus Hangman, they'll probably say, who does it better? That'd be funny.
Man, if only that could happen, right? I wish that could happen.
You know, they can just go at each other on Twitter, y'all, or X.
We're going to hear from Edge tonight on Dynamite. I'm not calling him Cope. I'm not going to do it. His mama named him Edge, calling him Edge. That's it. with that, anyone wants to go to our Instagram, you can go back a few posts earlier today. I shared I shared something to end the Death Riders. And Joe, I don't know if you got a chance to read it.
I did get a chance to read it. I did.
So it's pretty lengthy. There's a lot of words that I used, but at the end of the day, I think Adam Copeland, Edge, should play a key role in us getting the belt off of Moxley and ending the Death Riders.
Right.
The fully fleshed out thing, you guys can go to our Instagram, check it out. You know, it's probably the only thing I've ever shared that's just Edge. But I think it should be, we get a match where it's Edge versus Mox, and we end it with Christian cashing in that contract. And Edge and Christian together, Concerto, take out Mox, and Christian is your new AEW champion.
That would mean I called it.
You did call it. So we have a running game going. Starts, you missed this episode of the show. We picking when Mox is going to lose that title. Joe has March selected as his month for Mox to lose that title. I have May. We had some other picks. We had someone had December. Somebody else had January. There was a pick for February, which is still a possibility. But Stark said, it's Death Riders is boring. There's a lot to Death Riders that doesn't make sense. I don't want to spend another Wednesday show where I just shit on this entire thing again. Stark says July in Texas.
No, July in Texas.
I'll put you on here, my friend. I'll put you on here. Whoever gets it, I'll send you guys. I'll send somebody a sticker pack or something. We'll do something. But I think the issue is that the group just doesn't really seem like it goes together. And Mox's promos, his last one was pretty decent. What he did on Collision was okay. But for the most part, he's just spitting too many words. And he's not telling a story. He's just saying things. And for a minute, man, right at the beginning, he was so believable. And I really, man, he had me. I was curious. I wanted to see what they were going to do. I think it's because I thought what they thought. I thought they had Shane McMahon. I think they thought they had Shane McMahon. And they don't.
We're taking over.
And, you don't work. You work for me now. Like, all that stuff. I think they don't know how to end this. Because everyone they threw in who was going to be like seemingly going to be the person, your Darby, your Orange, Swerve, all these people who could be the people, aren't even factors in the main event scene anymore. And now we have Edge thrown in there, who doesn't fit in AEW in any capacity. He makes zero sense with the company. He doesn't. He doesn't cut a promo like anybody. Like, nothing about him fits at all. It's bad. And I've never been an Edge head, but Joe, you even have to admit, Edge in AEW is a tough pill to swallow.
I can say this. Edge should have officially retired after he did that little jump down from the cage and laid on both his legs. And then after that, he could just came back and said, my knees are shocked. I can't wrestle no more. This is it. Thank you. Done deal. But then you had the little hurricane in this town where he had to, do everything. But then after that, I would say Edge had just become, I don't want to be the guy, but he's about to be like your modern day Ric Flair. Just going to a company trying to be the star.
So here's I admit, I've never been an Edge fan. I'm not saying it just never, the character never clicked with me, especially upon his return. So a big chunk of his whole rated R superstar thing, I wasn't watching. So then remember he came back. Granted, he came back and boom, we were in COVID and everything was a shit show.
Oh, yeah.
But his whole I have grit thing in WWE didn't click with me. But you got a guy who's trying to look like he's a 90s rocker, trying to have grit like Clint Eastwood. The shit don't work. He went to AEW, and his mistake was he's trying to be that character. Christian reinvented himself, and he does it all the time. He reinvents himself constantly. Edge is just doing Edge. It doesn't work because you don't have Randy Orton to be Edge against. And you're not trying to present yourself as just being just a legend. You want to act like you're a hungry guy full of grit, but you're not. You're a multi-millionaire. You're not hungry. Like, if anything, he should be getting fed to the younger guys. You can do this Mox angle, have Christian cash in, we reunite Edge and Christian, and then you have FTR be pissed off about that, and he's like, hey, this guy's always going to be my brother. No matter what, I'm always going to forgive him. You can do something there. You know, it sets something up down the road. Then we can have FTR versus Christian and Edge, so you can do a kind of a tag run together, so we can get them together, which is what we needed anyway in AEW. We needed Edge and Christian together. You can get Darby versus Christian out of this. This can kind of give us something to go down the road with.
I can say Christian is better off without Edge.
Here's the thing.
Christian
he can turn on Edge again. That's the beautiful part about Christian. He's a shitty heel. He can turn on Edge again. And Edge can go back to being a babyface. So Stark's telling us that AEW is poorly booked. Sometimes it is. But there's a lot of things that happen in AEW that are really, really great. The mid-card of AEW is fantastic. The main event scene of AEW is where it's the absolute just... God, what do I even call it? It's just bad. Like, that might be the most perfect assessment of the main event scene of AEW. It might be the perfect way to have it be the most insulting possible. It's just bad. It's because you look at the mid card. What do we have in the mid card? We have Will Ospreay. We have Kyle Fletcher, who should be the bright shiny star of AEW right now. He should be killing all the legends. He should be legend killer Randy Orton. That's how you should book Kyle Fletcher. You got Kenny Omega back in the mid card. You got Okada hanging out, just calling people bitch. Okay?
Yep.
How Okada's character is just too short from 1991.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the trademark. But you look at the main event scene in AEW, and it's literally 2019 WWE. And by literally, it's literally.
It is.
And it's just, nothing has any thought to it. The promos around the main event scene are just, God, man, you just got to take it out back and put it down. You just put the Death Riders down. No one's buying into it. You put together a faction with your world champion, and they don't even have merch.
Having the white tee?
No, I'm selling the white tee. Go to the merch table, you can get a white V-neck. How do you not have them dress alike? You literally made a group with your world champion and didn't do it in a way to market it. This is bringing it in.
Oh. Brace yourself, y'all. Brace yourself.
The Death Riders story in its entirety and Jon Moxley's promos are the evidence for every single wrestling promoter. Do not. It Starks, I know you're GM of Downtown Championship Wrestling,
do not ever give a talent full creative control. No one should be letting Mox come up with this. Because once they didn't have Shane, there was no plan. There's no plan. Because I don't know what, if there is, man, I'm going to be so impressed. If there's a payoff at the end of this that is gratifying as a fan, not even overanalyzing it, not my ADHD kicking in, I want to pick this thing apart to death, which sometimes is the worst part about my fandom of pro wrestling. I will pick things apart. If there's something where I go, oh shit, that was really good, I will be blown away. Blown away. And I hope it's what happens. I hope there's something that is planned that is going to blow me away. I just have no idea what that could be.
I can say this. If you want to be blown away, I say this Saturday, you start seeing the faction crack when, let's just say Pac goes to attack Jay, but instead he hit Mox.
I hope Pac shows up dry. Why is he so wet? Then starts realizing your pick for July is pretty far out. Do you want to sit in this storyline till July? Because the main event scene in AEW is a log jam of dog shit. It's bad. But the mid card's so good. It's so good. Everything else on the show is really good. It's just Mox as world champion. And it's funny because he's one of the best world champions they've ever had. Just this current run is rough. And Panther, Wet Pack. You know, the Wet Pack shirt is available. It's Wet Hair Don't Care. And my character resembles Pack. It's not him. Just going to make sure I clear that up. Just in case, Tony Khan. It's not Pack. He's just influenced by the appearance of Wet Pack.
Oh, y'all. There you go.
I don't know. Joe, let me ask you, and I'll ask everyone watching live on Instagram.
Okay.
What could happen with the Death Riders that, for you, would be, because as wrestling fans, we like to be shocked.
Mm-hmm.
That would be shocking and fulfilling for the story. What would make you feel good about how the Death Riders are? Like, what could they do? And it doesn't have to be how does Mox lose the belt, but what could they do this week, this month, where you're like, this feels good. It feels like we're going in the right direction.
Okay. I would say the best scenario I would pick right now is Adam Copeland.
Edge.
He spears the chick. The girl.
Spears Marina Shafir.
Spears Marina Spear. She finally gets taken out. Or, you know what? Now let's go ahead. Let's go deep. What's a good finish to move on AEW? Okay. Bam. Swerve Strickland hits her with the Bucks. Hit her with the last call. There we go.
All right. Stark says for them to just show the belt. So in my fantasy booking of how we get the belt off of Mox, I have the match plays out between Cope and Mox, and you end up with Beth Phoenix in there, whatever they'd have to call her, and you have Mox hit her with the DDT, with the paradigm shift. You have Cope lose his mind, and and that eventually ends up to Christian coming out and cashing in and all that. I think the next night you have Tony Khan open up the briefcase to give Christian the world title, and it's broken into a million pieces. Then we can get a new title in AEW to introduce a new era in AEW, and it can be Christian era, whatever.
I know something better. Click dawned on me. Here's something better. let's just say the Death Riders and some other people are fighting, and then Mox slowly leaves through the crowd, backing up, you know, and then somebody in a black sweater jumps him from behind, but with the Ziploc bag, and put it over his face and try to strangle him out, and then you get the return of DB.
You really want Danielson back, huh? you really think Danielson's got to be the guy, right? That's your pick.
I don't want to be the guy, but I think that's the only way fair to do it, you know. But yeah, get the Ziploc bag, put it over him, try to string him like he did All In.
You know, the Ziploc bag thing was one of my favorite spots of last year. Like they got me. How'd they do it? And then Joe had to share with me how they did it and kind of ruined the whole thing for me. I didn't want to know. I just like wondering. I think, man, and if at some point you have Danielson attack Mox from the crowd with the bag, that's a pretty good bow on the story. And if we get to where, you know, Danielson is the guy who takes the belt off of Mox, that's a really good bow. Like that's a neat package. Messy to get here, man. That's wrapped it up real nice and tight, and that's good. But then we got to have Danielson back. And I like that they didn't call it a retirement match when he lost. He didn't say that. He did say it before that he might be done, but Ziploc bags and a bland T-shirt tags. At the merch table, I do have the shopping bag shirt. It says For the Sickos. That's my For the Sickos shopping bag shirt.
There you go.
I don't know, man. Stark says anyone could be the guy. You know, anyone could be, but not just anyone should be. Because whoever does it, it has to be someone that we have a path forward with. We don't want to take this off of him and hot potato it around. We don't want to take it off of him and have it mean nothing. The problem is in the main event scene, right now, everything kind of means nothing because there's nothing that's been prolonged. Someone seems like they're going to be the guy. Mox beats them. Nothing happens. There's no follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
But most of this has just been, we have the feud and just, boop, take them off TV. We got Orange and Mox. Now Orange is off TV. We get Darby and Mox, kind of, and then Darby's off TV. So you can't do anything else. So maybe the callback to Danielson is the right call because he's the first guy they took off TV.
Yeah, but I don't know when he's coming back. I don't know. Yeah, I can't tell you.
And then my thing is, where do you go? If Danielson's the guy, where the hell do you go? If Hangman's the guy, you have a path with Hangman. Because you got Swerve waiting. You got Kenny waiting. You probably have Kyle Fletcher waiting. So there's an easy path with Hangman. And it's super easy for AEW because you could just simply book great matches for the sake of great matches with Hangman and Adam Page. Because AEW is the Hangman and Adam Page story anyway. Will Ospreay could kind of be the guy. My only issue with Ospreay being the guy is that he's already so over without that title. And I think his journey to the title should be a struggle. He should be the babyface chasing it because the chase is what sells.
Yeah.
So there should be a notorious evil that's opposite Will Ospreay, which I think should kind of be Kyle Fletcher. I think Fletcher should be AEW World Champion before Ospreay because then Ospreay can chase Fletcher with that title. It's Dusty and Flair. It's the chase.
Yeah, that's the chase. I can go with that.
Mox's only long-term rivalry in AEW is Kenny.
Wait, his first feud he started with when he came in.
Yeah, and Kenny just feels really far away from the main event scene at the moment. Starks wants them to hire somebody to hire the Hurt Syndicate to take out the MWO. Man, I don't want the Hurt Syndicate anywhere near the Mox World Order.
It's going to happen.
Because I think that the Mox World Order would kill the vibe of the Hurt Syndicate. And not in like a good storyline way. I just think it's almost that Jericho vortex that he loves to talk about, that he drags everyone down. I feel like Mox World Order has kind of drug everyone down around them. So I'd rather keep the Hurt Syndicate totally away from that until we get Cedric Alexander, and then they can be AEW Tag Champs, AEW Trio Champs, Ring of Honor Trio Champs, Ring of Honor Tag Champs. Give the Hurt Syndicate all the gold except for singles. Then have them start going after singles gold. Because let's face it, Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley and Cedric Alexander are going to look like $1 million, all of them carrying around 14 titles. Let them go to New Japan. Let them take some New Japan titles too. Kenny look cool as shit as the belt collector. Bobby Lashley's going to look like a god.
Oh. In TNA, Bobby was a belt collector. He had all the belts at one time.
And dude looked amazing. All right, Joe. You got any final predictions for Dynamite tonight? This is the go-home Dynamite ahead of the show in Australia.
All right. I do got one thing to say. With the tournament bracket, y'all. So,
ooh, how's the attorney looking, Joe?
Right. So, after thorough investigation, after making another decision because this Saturday with the tag team match, I have gave Kyle Fletcher the pin point last week because he was in the tag match and he scored the pin. So as of right now, Kyle Fletcher is the winner right now with 2 wins.
Hell yeah.
So with that being said, as long as you're in a tag team and you score the pin, you get the point. So as of right now, since he was in the tag, he scored the pin last week. He's aboard. So I don't know. Come Saturday, that all three of them in that match. Kyle Fletcher, Omega, Offspring. You gotta pray Kyle Fletcher wins and he's moved on.
I got faith in Fletcher. All right, everyone. Thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. We appreciate you being here. Make sure you turn on notifications. You get notified when we go live. If you're on YouTube or Spotify, congratulations. That means I remember to upload this shit. So way to go. Hopefully Mark's I Love YouTube song has really caught on and it's helped out the algorithm. I don't know why he thinks that would work. Link in the bio. Get the merch from our merch table. All the profits go to our local dog kennel. With that, thank you for joining us. We're out.